Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and I am the content creator behind the BookTube channel Steeped in Books. And today I am here to share with you how to organize your reading. So here in the Northern Hemisphere, fall is upon us. The air is getting crisper, the leaves are starting to change color, the little ones are going back to school, and summer is over, which actually makes me very happy. I love the fall so much. Clearly, I am a big fan of Halloween, but outside of that, like I said, the cooler weather, the leaves, it's just such a nice, fresh time of year. And in my opinion, this is the perfect time to kind of start organizing your reading because winter will be coming soon. And a lot of us who get very cold weather in the wintertime like to try and spend the winter perhaps hibernating. So you want all your reading ready to go and you're ready for those really cold months. So as I said in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some ways that I have recently organized my own reading. So recently my husband and I moved, and during the packing process, I did a lot of purging and decluttering of my bookshelves. I actually have a bigger space now for my book collection, but I wanted to only keep the books that I really loved because even though I have a bigger space, these bookshelves can very quickly get a lot of new books on them, and I wanted to keep them as decluttered as possible. So I'm going to talk about what to do with all those books that you have purged and are decluttering in just a second. But first of all, I want to talk about how to organize your bookshelves. So there's a lot of different ways that you can organize your bookshelves. You can do it alphabetically by title, alphabetically by author. I've seen a lot of people put all their hardcovers together, all their mass market paperbacks together. And then there are some really creative people out there who do what are called rainbow shelves, where you put all your books of a similar color together and line them all up on your shelves. And believe me, it looks spectacular. But for me, it just wouldn't work because I like to know where to find a book. And I'm not necessarily going to remember what color the spine is of that book, but I am going to know the author. So here in my book room, I actually have 4 bookshelves, which I am super happy to have. And I do actually have room for at least one more. So we shall see how much this room grows as, the months go on. But this bookshelf right behind me right here, along with this one right here, these are all my non-Harlequin books. And I don't have nearly as many of them. These are the ones that are my favorites, the ones that I have read and loved, or ones that I haven't gotten to yet. Typically, once I read a book, and unless I absolutely loved it, I don't tend to keep it. I will declutter it and get rid of it and pass it on to someone else. But I have organized my bookshelves by author last name, and I prefer it that way. To some people, the shelves may look out of whack, like you've got hardcovers with mass market paperbacks. Some series do not look the same if there's different editions in series, but I prefer that look personally because it reminds me of when I was young, and even now, going into the library and seeing all those books up on the shelves, and they're all mismatched, and it was just such a happy place for me, and that's what these bookshelves remind me of, and that's why I did that. This bookshelf here over my shoulder, and there's another one on the other side of the room, are my Harlequin collection. I have 2 full bookcases of Harlequin imprints. I am a huge fan of the Harlequin imprints, and as much of a reader of them as I am also a collector, and I will hunt out old editions, as you can see right there. That one's from 1965. So these are my bookshelves, and I am super happy with them now, really happy with all the decluttering I did just before we moved, and I think that these are going to serve me very well, and as time goes on, things will move around, but for right now, I am very happy with them. So now you've gone ahead and you've decluttered and purged books off of your bookshelf. What to do with them? There are lots of different options on what to do with your books that you are looking to rehome to a new home. So the first thing that you can do, obviously, is take them into any local used bookstores that you might have. A lot of these places will give you a credit, so of course you can get new used books. But outside of that, I think donating them is probably the nicer way to go. I don't know about you guys, but I know around here there's a number of those little free libraries, and those are fantastic. They're usually around neighborhoods. You can walk over to them, just put books in them. But the other thing is that if you see something in there you'd like to read, you of course can take one as well. They are wonderful. Of course, donate your books to a friend. If you have a friend who has similar reading tastes as you, or maybe not even similar, but a book that you really want your friend to read, this was really good, here I want to lend you this copy or give you this copy. Another suggestion, and unfortunately it might not work right now due to the current world situation, but what I used to love to do was to take a box of old books to my local hospital or to a local senior's home to donate them, because there are people there who would love to read them. So maybe call around and see if your local hospital or senior's home would be interested in taking your donations in that aspect, because I really think that's a fantastic way to donate your books. Another way that you can clean out and purge is, of course, also your Goodreads Want to Read page. I have, and I'll be honest with you guys, over 1,200 books sitting on my Goodreads Want to Read page. So what I typically do is a couple times a year, I will look through that list starting with the oldest books that I put on there and decide, do I still really want to read these? It's not that you're getting rid of a physical or a digital book, but you are just removing those books from the Want to Read list. I know a lot of people use that list. They hear about a book and they're like, oh, that sounds really good. I'll add it to my Goodreads Want to Read page. And then 2 or 3 years go by and you go back and look at that list and go, I'm not so interested in that book anymore. So to clean that out and make it so they are just the books that you truly want to read, it's a nice, refreshing start. And I really think that it gets you very excited about your reading again. Another fun thing to do this time of year is to set new reading goals. I love setting reading goals. I am working on my Goodreads reading goal, of course. I'm actually quite a bit ahead. So this part of me is debating on whether or not I want to up my goal and see if I can hit a higher target. But you can make your own goals if you want. Also, of course, set goals and look at the books that, maybe at the beginning of the year you were really excited about reading. Have you gotten to them yet? Are they still books that you are interested in? If not, remove them and start fresh. See what's new coming out. There's a ton of books coming out this fall that all look spectacular, and I want to read all of them right now. But like I said, check around. Even Bookstagram is fantastic for this. Booktubers, you are going to get a ton of recommendations and can set yourself some new goals of some books that you definitely want to get to this fall. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video, because I've mostly talked about physical books and of course Goodreads and adding books to your Goodreads TBR, is your e-reader. As much of a physical book collection that I have, I live for my e-reader and I absolutely love it. 90% of the reading that I do is digital. So a friend of mine recently had just posted something about organizing her e-reader, and it really got me in the mood to do the same thing. I used to only download a book when I wanted to read it, but it was really difficult for me to keep track of what I owned digitally. So what I did was I went through my entire digital collection. It took a little bit of time, but totally worth it in the end. And I organized everything by collection. So first of all, I went by author last name, exactly as I do on my bookshelves. I organized it authors A, authors B, so an author with the last name of A would be shelved in that collection. And then what I did was for my Harlequin imprints that I have digitally, because again, I have a ton of them, not just physically, but digitally as well. I organized those by imprint. So all of the Harlequin Desire novels went into a folder. All of the Harlequin Special Edition books went into a folder. And it has really cleaned everything up for me, and I can scroll through and have a better look at what I actually have in my digital collection. And it has made a huge difference to my reading. And looking at these books again, it has got me excited about reading these books again, and I cannot wait to get to them. So that is all that I have for this video today. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comments below, how do you organize your reading, both physically and digitally? We'd love to know. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to hit the notification bell below so you will be notified every time there is a new video posted here. Also be sure, of course, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.